Okay, good afternoon. My name is Alessandra Aprile, and I'm the coordinator of the master degree program, of the double degree program for the Master in Civil Engineering from the University of Ferrara and the University of Cádiz. Now, what I'm going to tell you is a little bit of introduction about this double degree program. I will talk about the implementation and procedures, and also I will give you more details about the exchange of students, between Spain and Italy. I will talk a little bit of our university, the University of Cádiz and University of Ferrara, and also I will talk a little bit of the cities, Ferrara and Algeciras, which are, the city where our universities are. So now the double degree program is at the master level in civil engineering. So we have a total correspondence between the master in Ingeniero de Caminos, Canales y Puertos by the Algeciras School of Engineering and Technology, let's say asset of the University of Cádiz, and la laurea magistrale in Ingegneria Civile, Indirizzi, Costruzioni e Ambientale of the Engineering Department at the University of Ferrara. Okay, this double degree was established in the 2020, but unfortunately that was exactly the year when the COVID, came. So we had some problems in starting the program for 2 years, but now I think everything is okay, and international travels are totally, allowed. So every year we can admit up to 5 students in the program. And there is a level of the language which is recommended, and it is B1 in Spanish for Italian students and in Italian for Spanish students. Because of course the languages of the lectures are Italian in Italy and Spanish in Spain. So the program, in a few words, is like this. Each student can spend the first year of the master at the home university and the second year at the partner university. At the end of the second year, the student will develop the master thesis and will present it, or let's say the master defense will be at both partner and home universities. So the discussion of the thesis must be done twice. Now, once you have the graduation, we can say that the double degree brings with it the Spanish professional qualification, while the Italian professional qualification can be achieved, but an additional examination is required in order to achieve it. The double degree program has got an economical support by the Erasmus program, and this is true for both the Spanish and Italian side. We are talking about 300 euros a month. Let's say the Spanish contribution, I think, is higher. It's about 4,000 euros a month. But also you have a contribution for the Spanish Ministry of Education, which is only for 7 months. And in addition, the Erasmus Plus student status is guaranteed. On the Italian side, we have the Erasmus Plus mobility contribution of 300 euros a month for 10 months. Only for the first and the second students that will be classified in the final, list of the students. Also, the first and the second student, which is ranked after the selection, will receive a contribution by the Italian Ministry of Research, which is called Fondo Giovani. So, are more or less 300 euros a month for 10 months. So, and this can be, and this contribution can be summed with the previous one. Finally, the first students ranked, will receive an additional scholarship, which is funded by the Engineering Department of Ferrara, which is about 3,000 euros. That means 300 euros a month for 10 months. Of course, this contribution is true this year. We have this contribution. For the future years, we don't know if there will be. Okay, so this every year is different. Okay, now we will talk about the program. Let's say that the students from UCA that comes in at the University of Ferrara can have a straight relationship with me, which I'm the coordinator for any problem. They can contact me, ask more information, have support and whatever. And the same for the students of the University of Ferrara in UCA can have, you know, the total support of Professor Francisco Javier González Gallero. Okay, now the program, I will explain the procedure that will be established over 3 years. The year N, the year N+1, and the year N-1, okay? So, let's see what happens. Okay, first year. We have said that the students spend the first year at the home university. So, on the left side of the table, you can see the program for the students of the University of Cádiz at the University of Cádiz. On the right side, you can see the program of the students from the University of Ferrara that are in the University of Ferrara for the first year. And this is the table related to the construction pathway. We will see we have 2 pathways, one in construction and one in environment. So you can see the exams that you have to take at home university, and at the same time, they will be recorded on your career in the partner university with exactly this correspondence, okay? You can see some exams which are in red because they are typical of the construction pathway. So let's see, for the Italian side, the exams are Geotecnica that must be taken during the first year, Costruzioni idrauliche, Tecnica delle costruzioni, Fondazioni opere in terra, Meccanica delle strutture e Laboratorio di meccanica computazionale. From the UCA side, these are the list of the exams, of the courses that you have to take, that are Mecánica de los medios continuos, Métodos numéricos para la ingeniería civil, Métodos computacionales en ingeniería civil, Ingegnerie strutturali y puentes, Ingegneria hidráulica, Ingegneria del terreno, Túnel y obras subterráneas, Ordenación, planificación y gestión urbanística y territorial, Gestión de la depuración y tratamiento de aguas y residuos, Gestión de agua urbana, Organización y explotación portuaria, Dinámica del litoral y regeneración de playas. So, you can see that the total of the credits are 60, okay? So the first year is this. The same, you know, totally similar program is for the environmental pathway. So you can see on the right side, the program for Italian students at home, and on the left side, the program of Spanish students at home. In red, the exams which are strictly related to the environmental pathway, while the white one are exactly the same than the previous table. So differences are about hidrologia, which replaces the meccanica delle strutture, and also Ingegneria del trasporto y la logística, Interacción puerto-costa, and Pianificación y diseño de infraestructuras portuarias. Now, I start with a section which is addressed to the students of the University of Ferrara that wants to go to the University of Cádiz. So this is the structure of the master, you can see. You must have a bachelor. In Italy, to have a bachelor takes 3 years, while in Spain, to take the bachelor takes 4 years. But anyway, they are totally equivalent. So at the end of this, you know, of this first course of studies, you have to enroll at the master level and to spend the first year here, and then to go to Spain during the second year. As you say, you can see the arrow addressing the mobility. When you are there, okay, also you have a construction pathway and environmental pathway. So now you have to see this table. On the left side, there are the courses that has to be taken at the University of Cádiz by the students of the University of Ferrara. And on the right side is the correspondent courses that will be recorded in their career, okay? Similar, very similar, the environmental pathway. So you can see on the left what you have to study in Spain and then what you can find in your career in Italy. So you have to complete the bachelor degree at the first level. So from Italian side is called Laurea Triennale in Ingegneria Civile e Ambientale at step N+1. I think for most of you, you are exactly here. Then you have to enroll at the first year of the master program in Italy, Laurea Magistrale in Ingegneria Civile, and then you have to go at the second year. Pay attention to the required knowledge of instruction language, okay? B1 is level of Spanish is recommended, okay? It's not compulsory, but of course, pay attention because the student that will be selected, okay, for the double degree program must have a sufficient linguistic level to undertake studies at the receiving institution, and the host university held the right to refuse applicants if they do not meet this condition. This means that after your selection, we will have a conversation in Spanish with the coordinator of the Spanish side, and it will be established if your level, the level of your language is, sufficient to go to be accepted at the master level, and the same will be from the Italian side. How can you apply? Okay, you have to apply. There is a, automatic procedure. You have to apply. And the selection of the students will be performed based on academic results. So, depending on your career at the moment of the selection. And then there will be a motivational interview. So we will have an interview and we talk with you and to understand why have you applied and why are you interested in going to this double degree program. Okay, in the Spanish system, there is this DUA system, okay, Distrito Único Andaluz. You have to enroll there, but it's a bureaucratic procedure, but it's not a problem because usually the international office assists you in this, in this process. So don't worry about this. And also there are more possibility to enroll in this DUA platform during the year. So the first phase in January, but also you have a second phase in June and July, and a third phase in September, October. So you have many opportunities to enroll in the DUA platform. So, okay, let's see what happens. Usually the call of the double degree program is published in February of every year, okay? Then in March, you will have the selection of the students, okay? In April, the list of selected students is transferred to the partner university. Then you have to pre-register to the master in June and July. Then at September, you can start the mobility program. So you go to Spain and stay there for 10 months. Then you will defend the master thesis at the University of Cádiz in July and repeat the presentation, so repeat the defense in Italy, maybe in July, or maybe later on, depends on the dates every year. So in August, you can have the transcript of records, and in September, you will receive your final graduation in the two countries, okay, in the two universities in the two countries. If you're not ready to get your graduation because maybe you have left some courses, or you have some exams that has to be completed, you can have more opportunity. So in Spain, you can defend your thesis in July, October, December, and March. While in the University of Ferrara, you can defend your thesis in June, July, October, December, February, and March. So as soon as you are ready and you have completed the exams and the master thesis, you can go and, defend your thesis. Of course, when you submit, you are ready for the thesis, you have to submit an application, and of course, it's an online procedure. You have to apply for the defense. The master thesis must be written in English and have to be submitted to the school secretariat. Of course, you have to fill in an application form, must be approved by the tutor, by the supervisor, and by the university. And then you will have the final presentation that can be in English or Spanish when you are in Spain, in English and Italian if you are in Italy, okay? Let's talk a little bit about the University of Cádiz, that was founded in 1979. Nowadays, it counts 4 campuses, exactly in Cádiz, in Jerez de la Frontera, Puerto Real, and Algeciras. So for a total of 15 faculties or school and 22,000 students, okay? And is ranked among the best 1,000 universities in the world. I think for Ferrara is exactly the same. If we talk about the asset, so the Department of Engineering, this was founded in 1975 because it belonged to the University of Seville. It counts around 600 students, and it has 2 main branches of engineering, civil and industrial engineering. And we have also the bachelor, the master, and the doctoral degrees level of studies. Of course, I think this School of Engineering is very focused on training of high qualified engineers, and it is qualified for a very high quality of the teaching and close relationship to students, because there is a very good ratio between the number of students and the number of professors. Let's see a little bit the staff. There is a permanent staff, but also external professional, engineers that give their contribution to the teaching of the school. So you can see expert in high-speed train projects, for example, or construction managers, or head of or road service, and so on. So also, there is this guy who talks about the project and works of the Bay Area of Algeciras, and also some professional about the coastal service of the Algeciras area. So that's very interesting because there is a very good mix between permanent staff and professionals. The university is quite new, so you have, new facilities and many structures for students. What say about Algeciras? Algeciras is a beautiful city which is located in the Bay of Algeciras, which is just in front of Gibraltar. And you can see here some picture of it. And the area is wonderful. We have 120,000 inhabitants, and it's a quite multicultural city. It's the second port of Spain and the third port in the Mediterranean Sea, and is devoted to commercial, to passenger, to fishing, and also to recreation. In a year, we have, a total traffic of 70 million tons and more than 2.8 million of containers that, go through this port. So it's a very important port. And they say that despite there is a very heavy traffic of ships, you can see whales and dolphins, in the area. So it's a wonderful area from the environmental point of view. How can you go to Algeciras from Ferrara? Well, just go to the airport of Bologna. Okay, I think there is a bus. Takes about an hour to go to the Bologna airport. Then you can fly to Malaga. So from Bologna to Malaga, there are 2 hours and 40 minutes of flight time. And then you have also 100 kilometers to reach Algeciras by bus. So another couple of hours of bus to go to Algeciras. The natural environment of the area is wonderful. There is a sea area. You can see wonderful beaches and also natural parks to visit. And I think I have visited Algeciras, and it's really a beautiful place where to stay. And here you can have the reference of the website if you want to search for more information. Now I try to do the same explanation to the students of the University of Cádiz. So you are here on the left. You have completed the 4th year of the bachelor degree. You are already enrolled in the master degree, and you can move to Italy to do the 2nd year. These are your, study program of the 2nd year. So what you do is you are in Ferrara in the 2nd year. And if you do the construction pathway, you have to attend the courses you have on the right side of the table. So costruzione di strade, tecnica delle costruzioni 2, o riabilitazione strutturale. It depends on the year, okay? For odd years or even years, you have one exam or the other one. They are considered like equivalent. Then impianti tecnici civili, progettazione in zona sismica. I'm the teacher of the progettazione in zona sismica. And then the final thesis, okay, and dissertation. In your career at the University of Cádiz, you will have the exams that are listed here on the left side of the table. Okay. If we go to environmental pathway, the courses are quite similar, but you have the red one as different. So idraulica fluviale, protezione idraulica del territorio, e tecniche di bonifica idraulica. That are courses about hydraulics and environmental aspects. Okay. So finally, the structure is always the same. You have completed the bachelor. You are enrolled in the Master in Ingegneria de Caminos, Canale y Puertos, and you must have a B1 level of Italian. The level of the language is recommended. We will have a short conversation after the selection of the students in order I can assess if your language level is, sufficient to attend courses in Italy. Then your selection process is based on academic results, of course. So you have to apply and you will be selected. And you also have a motivational interview. So you have to talk with your coordinator in order to understand if your motivation is good enough to come to Italy. Okay. Also in Spain, there is a call that is published every year, usually in December. But I know this year you have some, problems, so it's a little bit late. The call has not been launched yet, but it will be ready very soon, I hope, I think. And so the process is a little bit, shifted. So you will have the selection of students in April, and the list of selected students will be transmitted to Italy in May. But anyway, doesn't matter how, you will start your mobility period in September, you will complete your master thesis in June, and we will discuss also in Spain in July, and you can have, graduation, and you will have the transcript of records in August and the issue of the degree in September, exactly like Italian students do. You have more opportunity for graduation, of course. We have already described, we have previously described, because you have more option to discuss and to defend your thesis in both the universities. Concerning the master thesis, you have to apply. There is an online procedure. And so the master thesis must be approved by your supervisors. Of course, you must have an Italian supervisor and a Spanish supervisor, and this is the same for all the students. Then you have to do an application for the graduation, and once everything is completed, you have just to do the oral presentation that will be in English or Italian or Spanish, okay? And this will be in front of a committee. And this is the same in Italy or in Spain. Let me talk a little bit of Ferrara. Ferrara, okay, the University of Ferrara was founded in 1391. So it is a very ancient university and had very famous students like Ludovico Ariosto, who was a poet, and Niccolò Copernico and Paracelso, who were physicists. Nowadays, we have 27,000 students, and you can find more information at the website of International University of Ferrara. Okay, this is the Department of Engineering, where you will spend your time in the second year. Was founded in 1990. Okay, concerning our staff, we have 70 professors and research associates, and more than 100 research fellows and PhD students, and technicians and administrative staff. We have 2,000 students and 3 degree courses for all the level, so bachelor, master, and PhD, and in civil, industrial, and ICT engineering. Here is the staff. I think most of the staff is permanent. You can see here Professor Fanchini, which is the head of the department, Professor Benvenuti, which is the coordinator of the civil engineering master degree, Professor Venturini, which is the coordinator of international relations, and myself, which I'm the coordinator of the double degree with the University of Cádiz. What we can say, it is a very, active, alive department. So we have many research outcomes every year. And also we have a very high rate of employment of our graduates. So let's say more than 84% after 1 year and 99% after 5 years. So it's a very good, ratio. We have many labs, light labs. So they are mainly research labs. So about 30 light labs, 7 heavy labs in structure, hydraulics, geotechnics, energetics, mechanics, thermophysics, and vibrations, and also 2 wonderful anechoic chambers. One is devoted to acoustic studies, and the other one is for electromagnetic, studies. And we are quite proud of these labs. You can see some picture of the labs. In the upper part, you can see the hydraulic lab, and in the bottom part, the structural engineering lab. Also, we have many facilities for students, not only classrooms, but also library and study rooms and computer rooms. And also you can find, very easily friends and people to connect with during your studies. Okay, here you can see where is Ferrara. So Ferrara is in the middle of the Pianura Padana, and we can say in very close to Venezia, Firenze, and Milano. Okay, Ferrara has got 130,000 inhabitants, and it's an ancient city. It was founded in the 6th century, and it has been declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO since 1995, because it's a wonderful example of city plan during the Renaissance. and it is perfectly preserved. You can see here some images of the city center. Very famous are the medieval San Giorgio Cathedral, the castle, the theater court, and also the medieval streets and the Diamonds Palace, which are quite famous. And it's an example, a wonderful example of Renaissance architecture. Also, surroundings are beautiful because you can see if you go to the east of Ferrara, let's say 70 kilometers east, you are in the natural park of the Delta del Po, which is a very huge river, and it's a naturalistic area which is protected. So fauna and flora, are reserved. So it's beautiful. You can go, you can explore this area by foot or by bicycle, and it will be really a wonderful experience. So I think we are quite at the end of my presentation. Of course, as international students, you must know you have some obligations. Okay, you will pay the fees only at your home university. So students from Spain at the University of Cádiz and students from Italy to the University of Ferrara. But you have to subscribe an health and liability insurance at the host university when you are there. It's quite cheap, but you have to do it, okay? The health assistance is free because we are Europe. So with your card, you can be assisted by the Spanish or Italian system of health. Of course, you have to respect the behavior rules that are set at the host university and the host country. So pay attention and be ready to know the foreign country. Okay, here are some contacts. There is Professor Gallero from the Spanish side, from the UCA side, and myself from the Italian side. I will leave you this presentation, so you will have our telephone, our cell number, and also, email address to write if you have some questions. Okay, we have this link for Italian students that wants to know more about international opportunities. And so just enroll in this, enter in this classroom, page in order to be updated about our programs. So thank you very much for your attention.